What is up, guys? I'm back again. I'm going to get you caught up to speed with what's been going on with the 4L80E. As always, nothing ever goes as planned around here. So I did figure out that it had little to no reverse, or reverse was completely out on this unit. The way I found that out, of course, is inspecting everything, but I had to order some additional parts. So I'm waiting on those to come in before I can install anything or move forward with that. I need that lower reverse band, which is very important to, of course, have reverse. So I'm waiting on that. Good news is I did get my torque converter in. I'm waiting on some torque converter bolts, but that'll be about it. Everything else seems to be good. I rebuilt all the planetaries on it, the forward drum, direct drum. I did all that stuff, replaced all the bearings, all the seals. So everything's pretty much ready to go on that thing. Meanwhile, I have the two-door Tahoe in my driveway that I need to get caught up with all the maintenance. So it had a bit of a coolant leak, which I did some intake gaskets, intake manifold gaskets. I replaced a water pump, a radiator, some hoses, just a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. But we definitely need brakes on that thing. So today I'm going to be going through the proper steps of how to do a brake job on a four-wheel drive application, because it is a little bit different than a two-wheel drive application. Although the calipers are the same, the dimensions of the rotors are pretty much basically the same. They're a little bit different. I also have some broken lug nuts that I need to take care of. So I'm going to be punching those out, hopefully. And yeah, guys, so let's quit wasting time. Let's get to it. Okay, guys, these are the parts we're going to be changing out. We got some OEM AC Delco rotors and brake pads. So, of course, new rotors. And then we also have the OEM brake pads. Very special thing that we got. These are OEMs, but this is the actual rubber replacement kit for the outside rubbers, the inside ones. And we'll be going through that. I also have a missing wheel stud, so that one's completely gone. We have some of those as well. Have a new wheel stud, new lug nut. So let's quit wasting time. Let's get to it. All right, guys, this is a better view of the inside of the caliper. So all of the OBS trucks are the same. They take a 3/8 hex bit or Allen key. Alright, guys, both of these are out and your caliper should be pretty much free. Okay, guys, after the caliper's out, we could take out the old brake pads. It's pretty simple. And these were pretty thick and pretty new, but this car's been sitting for quite a while, so we're going to go ahead and replace these. And calipers look good, but they are dry, so we're going to compress this piston. Let's take off this rotor. Alright, guys, unlike the two-wheel drive, this has no wheel bearings inside of it. It actually has a hub assembly, so this comes out pretty easily, and that's it. that aside. We'll clean some of this stuff up, but we have to put a new wheel stud in here, so we'll do that next. The way I do this is it's pretty easy, low tech. So this is my wheel stud from AutoZone. It's a Dorman brand. It's a part number if you need to replace them. These are different from the rear wheel studs, but we'll go through it real quick. Alright guys, so we're gonna install the wheel stud. Pretty straightforward. This is not the right way to do it, it's just the way I'm doing it because I don't have the little tool. Insert it there. We use an old lug nut. And we'll see if we can't blast it on with the gun. Give you a better view. And what that does, when you impact this bolt on, it kind of strips out this bolt, but it presses it in at the same time. But I have new bolts. Alright, looks like we're pretty much in. There's a little bit more to go, but you got to keep in mind, the farther you impact this bolt, the worse it gets. So we're going to back it off. So the bolt's off. Threads look okay. And then when we go to tighten on the wheel, we'll just zap this one on a little bit more and we'll be good to go with that. So we have a new wheel stud installed, and this bolt that's it. We got a new wheel stud installed, and again, there's a little gap here, but we're gonna fix that once the wheel's on. All right guys, we're gonna move on to the wheel caliper. So we have to compress this. Let's see what we got. These things are really stuck in there. So you can see it's missing the dust boot. So we're missing the dust boot here to keep any contaminants out of this. So we have those with the brake pads, so we'll be changing those out. Let me smack these out real quick so we could get some of the other components in there. So let's try to get some of these out. Let's see, they're really in there. Okay, you can tell there's been no grease in here for quite a long time. So that's out. And then we come to the fun part. Alright, that one's out. Let's see if I can give you a better look. We have a couple other boots in here. So here's one of them. It's one on this side. And then we have another one on this side. So that's out as well. Now we can clean this up a little bit and lubricate it and put our pins back in. Okay, so this is everything we need to install. This is the actual seal that goes in right here, and these are the two rubbers that go inside the caliper. And then of course we have the new dust boot, nice and squishy, not all brittle and old. So these are a little bit hard to get in. Alright, that one's in. Now we have the other one that goes in on the other side. And that one's in too. And while you're in there, you can lube it up just a little bit. And now we come to our seal. So this seal with a little bit of persuasion should go in just with your hands. Nothing crazy. And then in she should go. Alright, now that's nice and free. There we go. Our bolts slide nice and free. Then we just have our dust boot to keep everything out. So we'll leave it like that. And same thing goes on this one. Alright, and real quick, we're going to put some lubricant on this just because the rotors tend to rust on the back of the hub. So it just doesn't take much. Okay guys, and these rotors come packaged with some like grease, so you got to clean that off. Make sure you hit it with some brake clean. The rotor's on. We're gonna put a bolt on here just to hold everything in place. Okay, so these are pretty easy. I usually put a little bit of grease here and on the actual piston. These are very easy. These have these clips. They go inside the piston. Alright guys, The caliper is ready to go back on. Okay guys, we're doing the exact same thing. Rotor comes off. And then you either have to do one of two things, have a chisel and a hammer, or I have a air hammer. So we're gonna hammer these out real quick. Alright guys, it's starting to get dark, but I'm gonna blast these out. Okay guys, this is a few days later. I've been having an issue with this hub, with these broken studs. I've tried everything, hammering them, drilling them out. So I'm actually going to take out the hub. So we got to disconnect the ABS line here and here, and there's a plug there. And I'm going to take the whole hub assembly off, and then I have a press in the back. So we're gonna try that, see if we can't knock these out. If not, we're going to be replacing this hub. So let's get going on that. We got a couple of 15 mil bolts, about three, one here, one there, and one more there. We got to blast those out real quick. Take a 36, no, this is a 35. That's out, and our hub should be ready to come out. You also have this washer. Punch these out with a press. I've tried everything I could, so we're gonna try to punch these out with my press. Okay guys, it's a few days later, and this is my old wheel hub assembly. So I wasn't able to get out these studs. I tried everything. I tried it with the press, with the air hammer. I tried torching it, and nothing was working. They're rusted in there pretty good, but out of the 6 bolts, 4 isn't very good. So these were inexpensive to purchase, so I went ahead and purchased a brand new one. It just took a little while to get here. This is what I got. This is the Moog. If you need another part number, that's the part number for this application. All right, and we got a whole new hub assembly. Alright guys, we're all done with the brake job. We just got to put it back down on the ground. We'll put the wheel back on and we will be done. Alright guys, that's going to wrap it up for this one. As you saw in the video, we were finally successful in doing the front brakes. It took longer than I expected. As always, nothing ever goes as planned around here, but I had to get a whole new hub assembly for the passenger side. But we went through the whole calipers of rebuilding the seals, the bushings, all that good stuff. So that's all taken care of. I got a new set of brake pads, OEM stuff, new rotors, OEM stuff, and then we have the Moog, the wheel hub assembly on the passenger side. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And for the rest of the viewers, thank you for all the support. Also make sure, as always, make sure you comment, like, share, and subscribe. Also hit the bell for notifications. If you're not already getting notified about my new videos being uploaded, you will be. And as always guys, I'll catch you very shortly on the next one.